Hey guys, Nailani here. So in the podcast, we said that Ahsoka was coming out on Wednesday, as this podcast is coming out on a Friday. But actually, Ahsoka ended up premiering a day early, so it came out on Tuesday. And we just want to go ahead and put a disclaimer out there, and just make sure you guys know that we are aware of when Ahsoka came out. But yeah, just want to put a disclaimer out there, and right back to the podcast. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Work in Progress. I am Nailani,
This is Sam here.
and we are so excited because this week is a special week. And it's a special week if you're like a Star Wars fan. It's a special week. So our episode's coming out on Friday, and then by then the new Ahsoka show has already dropped on Disney Plus. We're so excited, not sponsored, but we're just we're just huge Star Wars fans, so we're just like wanting to like make sure this gets recognized. But yes, Star Wars
Yes.
Ahsoka will be coming out this week, or has already been out this week, and me and Sam were just like over the moon excited, especially me because Ahsoka is like my favorite character out of all of Star Wars. Like when I first was recommended to watch the Clone Wars animation series, I've watched all of the movies. I watched some of the TV show series, but not all of them. But I watched all of the movies that possibly were of Star Wars, and then I just like found out that Anakin has a Padawan, and I was just like, did he really have a Padawan? Like that's amazing.
I didn't think they
So
could do that because he was still in training himself, but apparently he did.
yeah, I think like so basically the story behind Ahsoka basically was um I think because like the movies are totally different from the animation series, of course,
Right.
but they wanted in the animation series they wanted Anakin to have like more responsibility. So
Mm.
Yoda was the one who had the idea of giving him a Padawan, and
Mm-hmm.
this is not regular or anything like that. It was like I think like George Lucas didn't intend it for that to happen, but I
Mm-hmm.
think like the guy, one of the so there, I forgot his name, but he created Ahsoka basically. He
Oh,
created
okay.
Ahsoka, and then that's when George Lucas had the idea to give Anakin a Padawan. And it's actually on Star Wars' YouTube channel, like a little snippet clip of it, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But he said that he told George like Anakin doesn't have a Padawan in all the movies, and then
Mm-hmm.
George was like, Anakin has a Padawan. So he said it's set in stone, and he was just like, no, he's gonna have a
It's
Padawan.
happening. Like
Yeah,
no,
it's
no if
happening.
ands or buts. It's happening.
Exactly.
That's really cool.
I don't know. I kind
See
of
you. You got it. Like information about it.
I'm trying to figure out his name. Oh my gosh, I knew his name and then I forgot.
Oh, okay. See, the thing is, I knew about Ahsoka, but I didn't know. Actually, I really didn't know who she was until I saw the Clone Wars series came out. Because I never seen the movie Clone Wars until yeah, it pretty much popped up on Disney Plus, and so far I'm enjoying it because I haven't finished it yet. And so when I saw Ahsoka and I recognize who she was, I'm like, oh, well, she's actually pretty cool. She's kind of a badass, especially when she came back from the Mandalorian. I really saw how powerful she was, and how she was as a person. That really made me like her a lot more. So it'll be interesting to see her
Yeah,
background in the Clone Wars and also in her series coming out soon. Well, this Wednesday.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
she is quite the character. I like her.
She is, and I think that's what I loved about her so more is that like she didn't like reside with a Jedi or like a
Hmm.
Sith.
Yeah,
Ahsoka, she's so strong. She's so strong minded, and
she is.
she's just like Anakin, honestly. Um, I don't know. I just felt like she was like balanced, honestly, and
Hmm.
like not really a Jedi, not really a Sith. Like even after she left the Order, she wasn't like neither. She was just like this neutral person, and I loved that about her. I loved her commitment, her
Hmm.
loyalty, and I love her style of like fighting when as a Jedi. You know, like she does like hand to hand combat, but she fights with two lightsabers, which I thought was just like
Mm.
really amazing. I was just like, that is sickening right there. Like you're fighting with two lightsabers, and you know, so she trained in combat with that too. And I was just like, I don't know, I
Yeah.
just thought like she seemed so different and ordinary from every other Jedi there was, and I just thought that was really amazing about her too. And
She
then
truly is one of a kind. You're
she
right. Yep.
is, and then I love the idea of Anakin having a Padawan because I'm just like,
Yeah.
you know, like because other Anakin, like honestly, like given the facts like how he was in the movies,
Mm-hmm.
um, and how like people saw Hayden Christensen or saw Anakin,
Mm-hmm.
I just thought like it was entirely wrong, and I just thought like Anakin as a character was so unique on his own. You
I
know, he
agree.
you know like even though he didn't follow everything book by book, he
Mm.
knew what to do in the correct and like to make it like the correct format basically, you know. And then of course Anakin was just like a fearless like fighter
Yeah, I
and
think it's just
soldier.
how he
Like,
was come growing up and how he was pretty much raised. Because you're right, he is fearless, but also he could be quite reckless, and he knew
yeah,
obviously right from wrong. And I guess it's how his character developed, and obviously what he came to be.
yeah,
But in the beginning, I did not like him because of that attitude of his. But in the end, I felt sorry for him because I'm like obviously how he grew up and how what happened to his mother,
exactly.
and what he was trying to do for um oh
Padme.
dang, what Padme. I'm sorry, like
For
I
Padme.
almost called her Palpatine. I'm like, wait a minute, is that
That's so
right?
wrong. That's so wrong. No, I
It's a
mean,
P. It's a P, damn it, it's a
yeah.
P.
No, I mean,
But yeah.
I've always liked Anakin, and I always sympathize with Anakin because I'm like,
Oh yeah, definitely
yeah, like,
sympathize with him.
yeah, because like
Yeah.
you and your mom were slaves, and now that like you're being told that you're this most powerful being,
Mm-hmm.
that will bring balance to the world, and you're so and it's like he's so capable of more. Yes, he's reckless, but like again, like who in his world is not reckless in their lifetime? Like,
Right.
come
But he
on,
was steered in the wrong direction, Because
yeah,
also I have
yeah.
a feeling he saw Palpatine as like a father figure.
He did. Yeah, so he
Yeah.
did. Yeah, he saw Palpatine as a father figure, but because like, but also he kind of saw Obi-Wan as a father figure too. But
Yeah.
it's just like the Jedi, and then like, and it's just not to place blame on any side, anything
Mm,
like that. But like, I don't know. The way I saw Anakin was just like he has so much potential. He had so much
he
strength,
did.
and
Yeah.
he's really good. He's a really good soldier. But it's like when people are holding you back from being what you're supposed to be,
Right.
that creates issues and pain and anger. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like say if you were the chosen one, and they
You want to do
see
more and trying to
you,
do
yeah,
more, but you have to
you
keep holding you back. Like, no,
back,
don't do
yeah.
this yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like they're holding you back, or like the council does not trust you, like
Mm-hmm.
because from what I've noticed, they didn't trust Anakin right off the bat. Like even when he was like a little boy, and Qui Gon Jinn brought him to the Jedi Council, they no,
Right.
I can see in Mace Windu's eye and Yoda's that they did not trust him right off the bat.
I can understand why in a way,
Yeah, I
because he was
mean
just
you
a random kid who came in and they didn't know
yeah.
who he was. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
well,
that
then,
I guess.
but
Yeah.
yeah, but like Qui Gon Jinn said, he fit the prophecy. You know,
Right.
like he was the one, and but it's like the Jedi Order is just like again they're on the fence about everything, which I totally
Mm-hmm.
understand, of course,
Sure.
but it's like it's how you go about the situation that
Yeah.
I found off putting, and then to Anakin, it's just like well, like I have all of this potential and strength, and you're holding me back from becoming what I could be. And then plus, he made a promise to his mom that he'll come back and save her. Yet,
Exactly.
yet he missed out on the opportunity because she had like because she already been captured, and then she
Mm-hmm.
died. So like so it's like it's resentment towards that too because y'all holding me back from what I can be, and I made a
Mm-hmm.
promise to my mom to go back and save her when I fully became a Jedi Knight. I could
Yeah.
have I could have already saved my mom at this point, but I understand like being on the fence as like the council, but then like it's just like that restraint and like distrust.
They
It
probably
kind
did it for him.
yeah, it did it
Yeah.
for him, and then Padme is he's having visions of Padme about to die at childbirth,
Right, because
and
that's what I
he,
was about to say too. Because like
yeah,
I understand when it came to Anakin in the end of why he did what he. Because
he did,
like a lot of villains and a lot of like other shows and movies, he had the right intentions. I get what he
yeah,
was trying to do, but he did it
yeah,
the wrong way.
he did it wrong way,
Yeah,
yeah,
and
but
he had
then
like a
like
bad mentor
Palpatine kind
anyway with
of
Palpatine.
yeah, like Palpatine knew his heart's desire. Palpatine fed on it
Exactly,
too. So Palpatine was like,
exactly. He just told him
Pal-
the right words, and he was like,
yeah,
"Yeah,
and he
yeah."
had him, yeah, because Anakin's like, I think he told Obi-Wan, I believe he told Obi-Wan about his dream with Padme, and or he told someone about his dream with Padme, and it's like they're not listening to him,
Mm-hmm.
and then they're thinking like, okay, like no one is caring or anything like that. Okay, well, no, I'm taking it back. I don't think they knew because again, Anakin and Padme were secretly married, and no one knew
That's
about
true.
this.
No one really knew.
Yeah, no one
Nobody.
knew, and
Yeah.
and then she was secretly pregnant too.
Of course.
So, but
Yeah.
but I think like in a way he was trying to get like a little guidance out of the Jedi Order, but like
Mm-hmm.
no one's hearing him basically. But
Yeah.
Palpatine heard him. But yeah, it's just like I understood why he turned to the dark side, and honestly, Revenge of the Sith is like the only Star Wars movie I cannot watch because it literally breaks my heart.
Bruh.
It breaks
Every time. How
yeah,
many times have we seen that movie and this still brings me to tears, especially when Order
exactly.
number 66
Six
happens?
happened. Yeah, it really hurt, but I think it hurt me more when it came to Anakin because
Yeah,
Anakin,
because of what he turned into.
you what you turn into because honestly to me Anakin is this loving person, but
Yeah,
he had so much pain within him, and it's like he lost everything that he ever cared about, and
exactly.
it turned him and it made
Yeah.
him do unspeakable things that he would
I
never
think,
do. So
yeah.
that's why when the Obi-Wan TV show series came on, it
It
brought
made
me
me understand him
yeah,
more.
yeah, yeah,
I'm
it made me
like,
understand
yeah.
him more, but it also brought me closure because it was the final scene between Obi-Wan and Darth Vader.
Yeah.
It brought me closure for what had happened in Revenge of the Sith in Order 66. It brought me so much closure because as Obi-Wan got his closure for how
Mm-hmm.
of Anakin being and like or like Anakin's gone,
He thought he failed
um
him so hard.
he
He's like, I
did,
failed you. Like, what have I done to
done
make you like
like
this?
this.
And then
Yeah.
Anakin was
He
like, it
said,
wasn't you. The paraphrase, like, it wasn't you.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
killed me.
yeah, because like he was like, I remember he was like, I am not your failure, Obi-Wan.
Mm,
I did you didn't kill Anakin.
mm,
I
mm-hmm.
did. Refer
Yeah.
to Darth Vader. And I was just like, you know what? That brought me to tears. But
Yeah.
again, I'm like, I got my closure as a fan. And that
Yeah. But
that's why
it
I'm
made me
so
even more
grateful for
sad.
that. Yeah, that's why I'm so grateful for that series, honestly. I'm so grateful for that
I was
series
kind
because
of
I'm
mad
just
it made
like,
into a mini series, but I'm like,
right?
maybe it
It
doesn't
makes
really need to
sense.
continue. We know what
Yeah,
happens to Obi-Wan.
so it
Yeah.
it makes sense. I think I saw a video on YouTube about a season 2 happening. I didn't watch it, so I will not quote it. But I think they're putting it into it's a question mark, I guess, or season 2 for it.
Ah, I
So I'm
mean,
just
why
like,
not?
yeah,
Maybe it's something more within his journey before
exactly,
meeting Luke, right?
right.
Yeah,
But
but maybe
still,
what made me even more sad when it came to that scene is that, yeah, besides the fact that him knowing why Anakin did what he did, and yeah, he did have closure, it made me sad though because Obi-Wan knew there was nothing he could do.
right,
Like Anakin was gone. So
yeah,
and that and when he before he walked away after the battle, he was like, "Goodbye,
Darth,
Darth." I'm like, "Oh my god."
yeah.
Like, oh damn, he's like, no, Anakin's not even there anymore. Well,
He's not.
he's still
He,
there,
he's
but he
still
knows,
there.
like, yeah,
Yeah,
but
he's not coming back at this
yeah,
point. So yeah, it's so sad.
that brought me to tears. I'm like, oh my god, like,
Yeah,
yeah, there's nothing you can do, man. You just have to let let the dominoes fall because we know what happens in the end
Yeah,
for Anakin to
and
come back.
right, and then plus it wasn't Obi-Wan's destiny to
It wasn't. Yeah.
end Darth Vader or save him. It wasn't.
True.
It becomes Luke's destiny to do that, and that's why it had to be what it had to be.
Exactly.
Now
Even
I
in
found
Revenge of
it.
the Sith, during
Mhm.
when that fight at the volcano, it still tears me up when he was like, "You
Yeah,
are the chosen
but they
one."
won.
I'm like, "No, Obi-Wan, it wasn't your fault."
It wasn't your fault, but he said he said you were supposed to destroy the Sith and not join it, and
You
he said
know,
you were my brother, Anakin, and I'm just
yeah.
like, oh
Bring
wow.
balance to the Force, not lead it to darkness. I'm like, oh,
No, it was
and he's screaming, "I hate you." I'm like, oh, oh,
God.
Obi-Wan, oh God,
No,
and
it's
yeah, yeah,
because then we saw that we truly lost Anakin, and I think that
we
really,
really did.
yeah, and that's what really broke my heart because no, 'cause so I heard that Hayden Christensen got so much hate being
I
Anakin.
believe it. I
Yeah,
believe it.
because they said that the character was whiny and all that stuff,
Yeah,
but
even
then
that's why I'm agree
but
with
then
them. Like, I did not like his character, but as
yeah,
I got
I
older,
didn't.
I
I mean,
understood.
yeah, but no, like for me, I liked the character and I understood why he was whiny from a little boy onto then because
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
because all these events. So I understood.
Yeah, I mean, he was kind
I
of
thought Hayden,
traumatized.
yeah, but I thought Hayden did good in general.
He
It's the
did. He
yeah,
did.
it's the character that you don't like. Don't put the actor with that. I mean, like he's acting out and all that
It's
stuff
just
of
a
it.
character.
Yeah, it's just a character,
Exactly.
but then but like they put hate on Hayden, and I'm just like, you don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't put hate on
It's like
Hayden.
the guy who played Draco Malfoy in Harry Potter. I did not like Draco, but as I got
Oh,
older,
Tom. Oh,
I
yeah, Tom
understood.
Bolton. Yeah, yeah,
Tom
yeah.
Fulton, that's his name. Yeah.
Yes,
I
yeah,
understood his character though.
right.
Yeah.
But not everybody loves Hayden Christensen. I think like the more we get more content and more history behind
Agreed.
Anakin and Darth
Yeah. Then
Vader,
you're like,
we're understanding it, right? And everybody's getting it. But like, no, they
mm.
gave him so much hate. But like, I was
Same
just
thing
like,
with Kylo Ren. I didn't like his character either. Well, I kind of still don't, but I understood why he
why?
turned to the dark side. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, okay. Or even
yeah.
like someone like Loki, for example. I did,
Mm,
like you understood why
why?
he did what
Yeah,
he did. You didn't agree with it, but you get it. Same thing
exactly.
with what's his name from Black Panther? Oof, the bad guy.
Killmonger.
Killmonger, that's it.
Yeah.
Like you didn't like what he was doing, but you understood
Understood.
why.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah,
and no, every villain has a backstory, honestly.
exactly. And you
They'll
hate them. You're
yeah,
like, oh my god, they're so evil. But then when you look up on their backstory, you're
the
like,
story. Yeah, you know
ah,
why. Yeah, because I think every bad guy is a good guy first.
agreed.
I don't think they're born as a bad
No,
guy.
there's a
No,
reason
like
why
why
they
there's a
become
reason
who they
why
are.
they're the reason why. Yeah, it's like it's all about character development, honestly, at this point. But
Exactly.
but
But
no,
it's really sad,
yeah,
yeah.
it
Because
is.
I remember I saw a meme where it says like Star Wars. It was like a big thick book because the story is like really like a huge thing, and it
It's a
saw
lot.
like Star Wars if Anakin got therapy. It was like a little smidgen of a tiny little book.
Oh gosh, no,
That is so true.
no.
But yeah, you understand why Anakin did what he did because he went through a lot of trauma. He wanted to make a promise to his mother, and he was trying to protect Padme. And
At the
I mean,
same time.
and you probably would have done the same thing.
Yeah, oh, no, no, like, no, definitely, like, no, like, if that was like, if my husband was on the verge of dying and you're telling me there
Yeah,
yeah, and you're telling me there's a way of me saving them,
you
I'm
do
gonna take
everything in your
how
power.
to do it. Yeah, I'm gonna take that shot, like, no lie. Okay, am I a villain? I'll gladly take the title. But as long as I have my loved one next to me, I mean, it ended up killing her in the end, honestly, which is
It did, yeah.
like which was like the biggest punch to the gut, honestly.
It
But
was because he was so mad. He's like, "Oh, you were against me now too." She was like, "Dude, no! Like, don't you
no,
see what you're doing?" But
it's
yeah,
wrong, and I understand you're trying to save me, but like let's not do it this way. Let's find an alternative. Let's just do it something differently, and
yeah,
then
yeah. You know
and
how many
then
fan art I seen of him and Padme going back to her home planet, living a happy life?
life, yeah.
That made me mad because it could have been that way. Damn it.
It could have been that way, but he's like, I'm doing all this for you, just to make sure
She's
we
like,
can have
no.
yeah,
Yeah, like, no, not
yeah.
like this.
exactly. I mean, Padme wanted the quiet life. Honestly, she wanted the quiet life. She wanted to
Yeah.
be with him, the baby or
Mm-hmm.
babies, but they thought it was one child. They didn't know it was two.
It was
It
two
was
that was
it was
made for destiny.
yeah, right. But
Yeah. Oh, you know what else? I
well,
remember I saw a lot of concept art, which I really hope they bring this to live action or to the animated series.
mhm,
That Anakin went back to her grave. I
he
saw a lot
did.
of concept art for that. I'm like,
He
that would
did.
be really
Well,
something. I think they did. Actually, I
well,
think they did it in the comic books or in one of the novels.
it was,
But
I think I heard in the comic books, that he was having forced dreams about her, of
mm,
course. Then he went to go visit her grave to get the closure that he needed for it.
yeah.
Someone actually on YouTube, I think it's called Fallen Angel, but someone on YouTube actually made a fan film about it,
Mm, yeah.
about him going to visit her grave, and getting
Mm-hmm.
the closure that he needed. So I mean, it's been created, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. That would be something they made into live action. Oh yeah. Oh, speaking of one of my favorite moments in Star Wars. I mean, I don't even know like a favorite moment, but it's just like a heart wrenching moment. Is when Anakin became Darth Vader, and you saw all the surgery was going on since he got burnt to a crisp,
Yeah.
and then you saw the final final piece of the puzzle come in when he put his helmet on, and you just heard that first.
Oh gosh, Sam. Yeah, but no,
It
no,
was so good.
that was a sad moment because after his surgery, the first thing he asked about was, "Where's Padme?
Where's
Is
Padme?
she
Is she
okay?
all right?
Is she
Yeah.
alright?" And then when Palpatine broke the news, that sent him into a
Yeah.
whole rage, and he's just like, "Okay, yeah, no, I killed my wife. Like, I can't
Yep.
deal with this. Like,
It was
no."
really cool too to see James Earl Jones come back to do the
Oh
voice for
gosh,
that
I
and for
love him
Rogue
doing the
One.
voice. It's so
Right.
amazing.
It
It's
made
so
me wonder why. No, I get why he didn't want to be credited in the in the movies because he didn't want the reputation as a bad guy. But
yeah,
little did he know he became an icon because
exactly.
Darth Vader he's quite the character.
He is. He's amazing, honestly,
He
like,
is like one of the most villainous of villains.
yeah, like,
Yeah, but that's his voice is just chef's kiss.
it
But yeah,
is.
that's definitely one of my favorite, but also heart wrenching moments when he became who we all know who's gonna be.
Exactly. Like, yo,
Yeah,
we're seeing it being constructed, basically.
exactly. But that's just one of my favorites. What about you?
Favorite
I know there's
moment?
so many. I know.
There's so
I'm
many.
I'm trying to think of others.
Um,
Uh,
I guess,
hmm.
like, for me, well, if we're talking about gut wrenching, um, we all know that the first heartbreak for Anakin, of course, was his mother dying, and
That was a
this is
tough scene.
yeah, and this is a second theory, given the fact that we all know that Anakin has a Padawan now, which is Ahsoka.
Mm-hmm.
That is my gut wrenching moment. Right there is when she left the order. Um,
Ah, I
yeah,
haven't seen that yet, but you did tell me about it, about
yeah,
why she left
yeah,
the order.
yeah.
That
When she,
sucked.
yeah, it did. She was accused of a crime that she did not commit. The Jedi Order had
Yeah.
already kind of came into a decision about it without even like trying to figure it out or find any clues, and
Mm-hmm.
that was one of the reasons for so many Jedi Knights turning to the dark side. Plus Count Dooku, honestly,
Mm-hmm.
because there was so much corruption happening, and and it's like the Jedi are supposed to be like the keepers of the peace and all that stuff, but it's like they
Right.
turned a blind eye to so many situations,
They really
and
did. Like
yeah,
honestly,
they
ugh.
turn a eye to blind eye to so many situations, and then Ahsoka happened to be one of them. So then Anakin and Ahsoka have like this brother sister relationship and complex. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, her leaving the order hurt him a lot. Honestly,
Yeah.
it hurt him a lot because he was the only one that believed that she was not capable of anything.
Right.
But yeah, no, and I feel like that was another piece of him that got broken to turn him to the dark side, and then Padme was just like the finishing, like the finishing piece. But like I think that
Yeah.
was because no, I remember crying deliberately on that part when she said she's
Man.
leaving. I was literally on the ground and had to pick myself up off the floor because I was
Oh. girl.
I was hurting so bad. But then
I mean,
I was hurting
yeah.
during all of it. Like like her on the run and her trying to prove her innocence and her getting
Mm-hmm.
captured and then the trial with the Jedi and then the actual trial in front of all the senators and stuff like that. I was just like, God,
Mm.
I was like, dang, like no,
I mean, do
this
you blame
hurt.
her though? I
No,
would leave too. Like, how can I
I
be part
would
of a
too.
group that doesn't even trust me?
Exactly, but then like I think what hurt her and Anakin was her turning her back on Anakin because she's not
Yeah.
just leaving the order, but she's leaving behind a brother, like the only person that
Yeah.
ever cared about her, and that was like the hardest part ever I could ever say, man. I don't know, even
Just
talking
watching
about it,
it, yeah.
yeah,
It
legit,
just
even talking about it has me
it gets you right in the
emotional right
gut.
now. It hits me
Okay.
hard.
All right, enough. We need happy
Yeah,
moments. What are your
yeah.
happy moments in
Okay,
Star
so
Wars?
tell me, when was the first time you fell in love with Star Wars? When was the first time?
Ooh. You know what? I really have no idea how I
Yeah.
came into contact with Star Wars. All I know is that I was watching it one day and I just fell in love with it. Especially because I watched, I come to think of it, I think I watched the prequels first, not the
Mhm.
first original. And
Yeah.
so when I watched that, immediately I was just so drawn in, yeah, with the characters and the not the animation, the cinematography, the music and the story. I was like, this is kind of cool. I was like a
Alright.
kid when I first saw this. And then my
Yeah.
mom told me about it. She's like, "Oh, that's Star Wars. It's a space western with yada yada yada." And she showed me the first three because it came on. I think it came on like late night HBO or something. And immediately I was just like, "Oh yeah, I like this. I like this."
Yeah.
And what's really cool is that I'm so proud I own this too. Is that my mom and I went to a thrift store, a thrift bookstore, and they sell like books, movies, and whatnot. And I found the first three original Star Wars on VHS, and I still got it.
I'm so jealous.
I
Oh my
still got it,
god.
girl. It was
I'm
like
on the
five. It
hunt
was
for
like
that.
seriously, it was like $10, and I was like, oh, I want it. And they still
Yeah,
play properly. They play like a charm.
yeah. No, I think I have Shane gave me the DVD to, Attack of the Clones, and then
Yeah.
I have The Force Awakens, and then
Mm.
that's about it. I'm on the hunt for the other ones. Like those are what I want.
They're
But I
so
think
good. Oh my
yeah, I
gosh.
mean I have posters of the first trilogy, the
That's right,
first
you
3
do.
trilogy. Yeah, I have posters of those that I'm wanting to hang up in my apartment. So yeah, we'll figure that out. But yeah.
I say frame it. Don't just pin it on your wall. I say
Oh
frame
no!
them
Oh
bad
no! Oh
boys.
no! Oh no! Like they're not even hanging up because I'm trying to get frames. That's the idea is to get
There you
frames
go.
for them.
There you go.
No! Oh no! Oh no! If I'm gonna have them, I'm gonna represent them very well. Like don't worry.
Oh, you saying that reminds me. I was on TikTok one day, and somebody literally in their basement they recreated because how it goes is when you walk down to the basement, you know they had that ceiling on the top, right?
Yeah,
He literally put the whole paragraph of a New Hope on there. It says a
that's
long time
cool.
ago in a galaxy far,
Far,
far
far
away,
away.
and then the rest of the paragraph, well, monologue.
I
I'm
love
like,
that.
yeah, oh, that is so cool. And I saw another one where a guy had all the lightsaber colors, like the sabers hanging on his wall, along with the helmets too, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. You saw the Mandalorian helmets, you saw the rebels and their masks when they're flying, and
Mm,
also along with the Empire and their helmets
okay.
and the stormtroopers. Yeah, that was really
Love
cool.
it.
It's
That's
completely
amazing.
nerding out. Me anywho, how about you? When did you first discover Star Wars?
Mm, high school,
Okay.
senior year.
Oh, really? Shoot, I was
Mhm.
a kid. I was like in middle school when I discovered. Yeah,
I
mine.
was a teenager, so I was 17 when I graduated from high school. So yeah, 17
Mm-hmm.
senior year.
Mm-hmm.
I took a introduction to film class or history of film class. Took one of those.
Nice.
Star Wars, the first one, New Hope, was one of the
Mm.
movies we watched, and I I think I was just like you. I was so mesmerized with it. It was I saw space and I saw like
Exactly.
laser shootings. I saw like these
Yeah.
glowing swords and these
All these
two.
all these different kind of aliens and everything.
Exactly, like these like spaceships and these older guys just fighting with lightsabers, and then I mean.
Yeah.
I was kind of disappointed in the fight, but then I had to remember like this is back in the 70s, and then
Sure, they had to work with what they got.
yeah, exactly. And then actually a classmate told me that the kind of like the rubber couple of the lightsabers they used were kind of like heavy metal. So
Oh, really?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it was pretty heavy. So therefore, like two older guys trying to swing that around, it's gonna be a lot on
Ah,
them.
yeah. Well,
Yeah,
even
so
it wasn't really a big. Well, it was a big set, but there was like certain scenes where it was actually painted and not an
painted,
actual set.
yeah,
Yeah.
painted, and then I think yeah, it was painted. But yeah, so that's when I first like was I got into Star Wars. The first time I
Mm-hmm.
saw it, and then I was just like, this is pretty good, girl." And then and
Right.
actually no, in high school, I in high school I was antisocial, so I did not go out. I literally came home from school, did my no, I was a smart kid. I did my homework in class, and then when I come
Mm-hmm.
home, I had no homework. Come home, hop on, like get in the bed, hop on my computer, look up movies. I watched movies throughout high school, so hence why I'm a fanatic with movies. But
Hey, I
and
get
then
it. I
and
get it.
and then I looked up Star Wars, and then I found there was more. So my behind sat there and binged all of them. And then
Exactly.
when the sequels came out, I was just like, "Oh, we're getting more Star Wars? Let's go, man. Let's go." And
Where I was like,
then
oh, hey,
yeah,
okay.
and then God, it's so sad right now, but like this year is when I finally started getting to the animation series because I didn't know about them. I just knew about the movies, honestly. So
Mm.
between me in high school and until now, I only kept up with the movies. Then I was told, oh yeah, and then I was told by a guy I was seeing earlier this year to like like watch the Clone Wars. So I binged that and then
Yeah.
love every minute of it. Found out there was more, so I was like, so I did this thing where I binge watched all of the TV series,
Mm-hmm.
and so the last TV series I finished was the Book of Boba Fett. So I binge watched all the TV series, in chronological order, and
Mm.
all animation, all live action, and I'm just like, I love this. Like, I don't know, like my love for Star Wars grew because I always
Agreed.
loved the movies, and I was always a nerd when it came to Star Wars, but
Yeah.
I'm even a bigger nerd. Like I have Lego sets. So I have a Lego
Oh,
set of
really? Nice.
I have a Lego set of Obi-Wan's ship and
Mm-hmm.
the Attack of the Clones. Then
Nice.
I have a miniature Lego set of Luke's X-wing, and then I have the
Mm.
bigger version of the bigger version of Luke's X-wing, which I have fun
Mm-hmm.
making. And then I also I have I got it for $5 at a at this like little comic shop that Shane took me to that
Yeah.
I have to take you to, but I bought
Heck
because
yes. I want to
yeah,
go.
but since like the big Lego set of the Millennium Falcon is like $100 or something like that, and that girl cannot spend that
Nice.
much, I got I
I
got
mean,
like a
girl, it's the
small
Millennium Falcon. Like, come
ex-
on now.
exactly. So when I get more money, we're gonna get it, of course. But then I have a small miniature Millennium Falcon, of course. I have a Star Wars
Nice.
shirt. I'm wanting to get an Ahsoka shirt, honestly, at this point.
Nice.
Ahsoka is my background on my computer. I have Obi-Wan and Darth Vader fighting from the TV show as my desktop background and all that stuff. So like
Oh,
I'm
nice. That scene right there was so cinematically beautiful, but also, again, gut wrenching because we know what's going to
yes,
happen. But
of
just the
course.
colors and the movements. Yo, Star Wars fights, they be getting it. Especially like during in the prequels, them fights be like so choreographed so well. I'm just like, oh, who's gonna get hit first? Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh,
But
so
yeah.
the creator, okay, so the other guy, so of course George Lucas created, of course, like George Lucas was there when it came to Ahsoka Tano, of course, but
Yeah.
Dave, uh, if I'm saying his last name right, Filoni was the other person that created Ahsoka,
Mm.
because in the like I said, in the video, you see him come up with sketches of Ahsoka and all that stuff. So yeah, he was the other
Nice.
guy that created Ahsoka. And I just want to go ahead and say that because I felt bad for because I knew his name, but it was not
It
hitting
happens.
my head.
It's okay.
It was not hitting my
You're
head. So I want to go ahead and say his name, give him credit where credit due, and I'm like thankful that he created Ahsoka, like Tama. Like I love it.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see her background because once I'm finished with the Clone Wars movie, then I'm gonna start on the show because I
Yes,
have seen snippets of the show and it does look quite good.
it's
Like what
really
we were
good.
talking about earlier with
Yeah,
Palpatine coming back and fighting oh, what's his name, Darth Maul and his brother. I think that scene was something. I saw that fight scene. I mean, they both got their
yeah.
butts whooped.
Oh yeah. But
And
no,
in the end, when the fight was over, Maul was like, "Have mercy, please, please." And Palpatine was like, "There is no mercy," and shocked him. I was
yeah.
like, "That's what you get."
It's
Oh
just
my gosh.
But I think you're gonna like it, and then make sure you watch Star Wars like the Jedi Tale or the Tales of the Jedi because it's
Yeah,
yeah
yeah.
it goes into more of Count Dooku's backstory and Ahsoka's a lot too, and
Really?
yeah so like I said I understand why Count Dooku went to the dark side honestly, um
Oh, okay. We got
yeah
another
yeah
one.
so it's gonna tell you why because
Mm-hmm.
all this stuff. So, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Favorite Star Wars movie out of so okay,
Man, come
okay,
on.
so I know
Come
that
on, Nay.
we have to know because like I know that you haven't seen all of the shows.
Mm.
But what's your favorite Star Wars movie? And then from all of the shows, which show like from all of the shows that you have seen, which one like what show is your favorite basically? So yeah.
Damn, dang it. Okay. All right. Let me put it like this. Let me
Okay.
split them up into categories. Okay.
Okay.
From the first movies, the originals, my favorite, I would probably say, is The Empire Strikes Back. That right there is just,
Okay.
man, that movie's so dang good.
It's good.
It's just like, I don't know, it's like in that movie, it's like everything comes together so nicely about when it comes to Luke and Leia learning more about their past, Luke becoming like engaging with his father and whatnot, and what's leading on to into the future, what's going to happen. It's just so good. Um, Now for the prequels, my favorite would be the third one, Revenge of the Sith.
Oh,
Oh, I'm telling you, Order number 66. That scene gets me every time.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
literally
been a
one by
minute since
one.
yeah, it's been a
Huh?
minute. It's been a minute since I watched Revenge of the Sith, so I still remember it vividly, but it's just like it's been a minute since I could like sit there and watch it. I always skip. So on May 4th, when I binge watch like all the movies, that's like one of the
Mm-hmm.
movies I skip because, like I said, I cannot bring myself to watch it.
I
It hurts
can't.
me too much.
What's more messed up about that scene too is that none of them saw it coming. They were literally ambushed by the clones
I
and
think
by the Senate,
yeah,
Palpatine.
but Yoda is very wise, so
Well, yeah, he knew.
therefore,
He saw it coming.
yeah. So Yoda's very wise. So I think Yoda was the only one that saw it coming and was able
Yeah,
to dodge it pretty quickly, better than anyone else could.
that was a cool
Um,
scene. But
Girl,
no,
Windu got taken out so quick. Oh my
so
god,
quick.
so
Just
quick. No, cause like no, girl, like he's about to slay Palpatine, and then here comes Anakin out of the sideline. I was like, oh, you gone quick, man.
right. And Palpatine's like, "Good, Anakin, good. Kill him. Kill him right now." I'm like, "Whoa, what is this?"
Like so quick.
But no, and even when everything when all the Jedi kept getting taken out and Yoda dropped his cane and clutched his heart, he felt all of them
Buy
dying.
it at once.
The first time I saw that scene, that had me bawling tears, especially that scene, because Yoda knew all the Jedi's. Obviously, they were like a close group, a
Yeah,
family, and he could
yeah.
feel all his friends and allies dying.
All in
It was
one.
just so hard. Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, and obviously, Anakin becoming who he was, Obi-Wan and his guilt, Padme dying, but knowing that there is still hope for Anakin, like he's still good. There's still good in him, and her dying, her funeral scene. Oh my
Oh gosh, that
gosh.
was so sad. But you know
Girl.
what? Even Padme said that. She said there's still good in him. Do not
She
give up
knew.
on him. Like, yeah,
She knew.
I mean, that's her husband. Like
Exactly.
like no one's gonna know you better than your spouse or your partner or anything like that.
I
Like,
agree.
no. So she's like, that's not him. There's
It's
still
not
good
like
in his soul.
Obi-Wan. There's still good in him. There's still
Yeah.
good in him. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
no.
But see,
And
I feel like, well, she didn't have to die, but it was due to a broken heart more than child
it
labor,
was, yeah.
honestly. Yeah.
But again, I think it was just it was like a domino effect. Things had to happen in order for things to get better, and unfortunately, she had to die.
Yeah,
And
it had to be that.
but that was one of my favorite endings, though. In Revenge of the Sith, when you saw Leia go her way, Luke go his way, and you knew what was coming to be. That was one of my favorite endings.
Yes.
I give you that. Now, for the new generation, I think out of all of them, my favorite. I'm probably gonna get backlash for this. But out of all of them, my favorite was Rise of Skywalker.
I I like the
I'm,
ending to that. No, okay. So for me, the Rise of Skywalker was not bad at all. It was not bad.
it wasn't.
I mean, it had its misses, of course, but honestly, like I understood the storyline and where the director was trying to head for with it.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
because it's to cripple the dark side as a whole. It
Mm-hmm.
was to do that. I liked it. I liked when Ray kind of renounced being a Palpatine, because I mean, like she didn't know that she was a Palpatine. Let's talk about it.
At
She didn't
all.
know, she didn't know that she wasn't, and when she found out that she was, it was something that she was not happy about, of course. And then
I
she
wouldn't
knew,
be either. Oh
bro,
no.
bro, no.
No.
But then what happened was is that I don't know. She changed her name. She said, "I'm a
Yeah.
Skywalker through and
She's like
through."
it's like again, it's like another pure moment of like rebirthing herself. Like, no, I'm not that. This is who I am. I'm something
Exactly.
better than that. But
Exactly.
yeah, because the first one, oh, it was good. It started off real well, but then with the Last Jedi, it fell off a bit for me because I just felt it was just too long, you
Yeah.
know. And so with the Rise of Skywalker, in my opinion, it made up for a lot of questions. The writing was a bit better. I still don't know how Palpatine survived. It made no dang sense.
And then
It was
never does.
ridiculous.
I don't
But
even know how he got a son too. I was like, that didn't make sense to me. But I think that they
yeah,
said like he was cloned. I don't know, it was some crap. I was like, really?
I don't know either.
Yeah.
Like, again, also, I do admit in Rise of Skywalker, there were also some answers in there I mean, there was questions in there that had no answers. I was just like, what? Like,
No, I
how
don't
is
like that.
this? Where is that? So
Mm,
yeah, yeah, yeah. But other than that, I don't know. Honestly, even though there were some bad moments in the new generation, I'll still watch them because I like Star Wars.
yeah.
You know, even
Yeah.
in with the shows, and yeah, like you said, I didn't finish all of them yet, but so far, The Mandalorian I do like a lot because it had me more. It gave me more respect for the Mandalorians because I thought they were just like bounty hunters for hire. But seeing what happened to them, I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, again, I get it. I get it. They were a race literally on the verge of extinction and got separated, and they were doing what they can to survive.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what my opinion. What about you?
Okay, so trilogy.
Yeah, break it down to categories.
Okay. Trilogy, Return of the Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
I love how it ended. Anakin redeeming himself finally.
Agreed.
He redeemed himself. Everybody's just so happy. They got rid of the Empire,
Happy
like
moment, yay!
yeah, like the whole little party at the end,
They were it was so
Oh,
cute. Them
yeah.
dancing with the what are those
Oh,
bears?
I
I
forgot.
forgot.
Was it the Jawas? Was that what they called the Jawas?
Ewoks.
Ewoks. Okay, so yeah, I got it wrong.
Ewoks.
It was Ewoks, and then Luke and Leia find out they were siblings, and that's what I loved about it.
That was
I
really
was like, y'all
cool.
found each other. I love that. Well, Ben found each other, but
Yay! No incest. Hurrah!
yeah, that kiss. We're not gonna talk about it because like poor
it
baby.
was just a kiss.
Yes.
Nothing
But
else.
I mean, like they didn't know, so therefore, like we
They
can't really
didn't
hold
know
that. We
exactly.
can't hold that against them. Um, Prequel. Oh gosh,
Mm-hmm.
I forgot the word.
You
Prequel.
got it. You got it.
I keep watching. I don't. I guess I can say the Phantom of the Menace because I keep watching that over and over again.
Mm.
I don't
I mean,
know
yeah. I
why.
mean, yeah, it was a good one. It was a good
I
one.
mean, it was a good one. I don't know why I liked it so much because like I don't. I can't like out of all three of them, I watched that one the most.
Mm.
Um, I think it's because of Qui Gon, like Neil
Liam Neeson.
yeah, Liam Neeson. I'm about to call him Neil, then something else. I was like, what?
Who's Neil?
Yeah, it was Neil, but yeah, I'm sorry, but
No, yeah,
no,
yeah, yeah,
no,
yeah. He's a good character.
yeah, he is. Liam Neeson playing on Qui-Gon Jinn. I think I loved him in that one, but
Yeah,
also like I don't know, seeing Padme like as Queen Amidala. I don't know, like I feel like she was so inspirational
she
as
really
Queen.
is. I mean, she's a
Yeah,
queen. She's part of the Senate, and she's also like a badass fighter during that fight with the
right. I don't
clones and
know,
everything.
right?
Yeah.
She did so good. Um. Yeah, no, I loved it, and then seeing young Obi-Wan, I loved
Yeah.
it.
Wait, hold on.
Um,
You saying that reminds me of a TikTok I saw about Padme when when the girl was like, "You're gonna tell." Wait, where's Padme from again? What's her home planet?
Naboo.
Naboo, that's it. She was like, "You're gonna tell me that Padme, Queen of Naboo, part of the Senate, like a complete fighter, had fell in love with this scrawny ass, whiny ass Anakin Skywalker
I
when
probably
when
missed that
Daddy
shit,
when Daddy One Kenobi was right there."
girl. Well, honestly, like they felt well. Okay, so no, like they got that wrong because like so here's the thing. Her and Anakin met first. Honestly, her and Anakin met
Oh,
first. She didn't.
okay.
Yeah, like she didn't. She sort of met Obi-Wan, but like it wasn't like an encounter like it was with Anakin. So like it's love at first sight. To be honest, man,
It
like
was, I
it's
know, but
love at
still,
first
that was
sight.
hilarious. Like, you're gonna
No,
tell me that Queen Naboo, senator in the Galactic Federation, fell in love with scrawny ass, whiny ass Anakin
that's so
Skywalker.
mean.
Okay, what's continue? You did
Sequel.
sequel.
So your prequel was Phantom Menace.
Yeah,
Um, sequel, I have to say the first one, The Force Awakens,
mm,
because
it was a
that
good one.
yeah
It was a
yeah
good
no
one.
because it started off as like a whole new era. So
It was, yeah.
it started off right. We got this whole new Jedi Force sensitive person who
Mm-hmm.
definitely gonna become the main person.
Right.
Um, you know, we get to see old characters come back, of
That
course.
was
So
really
yeah,
cool.
we get to see Chewie come back. We get to see Han come back. We get to see Leia come
Right.
back. Luckily, like not luckily, but like sadly, we don't see Luke until the second movie, of course. But
That
like,
was a nice ending, though. Seeing him finally come back.
yes, it was. But yeah, but he wasn't in the end. Yeah, he wasn't in the ending. But like, we don't fully see him until the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know, like you get to see old characters come back, and then like you get to
Mm-hmm.
see a whole new generation happen right before you. Like a whole new
Yeah.
fighters and whole new rebellion, all that stuff. Yeah, no, I know it's like it's
Yeah.
good. I love
Did
it.
you did you mention your favorite in the original?
In the trilogy, yeah, it was the Return of the Jedi.
Oh yeah, you did. Okay, you did.
Yeah,
Right.
Return of the Jedi.
Yeah. But
Um,
yeah, that was a really that was a good beginning. I mean, a good start to the new generation. But
yeah.
somehow it just fell off. I just don't know what happened.
I think the writers changed, so therefore, like,
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah,
yeah, like the
it
right,
usually does
yeah,
it.
yeah, because like like when the writer changes, it's not like they're gonna follow like the first part.
Exactly.
But I
Yeah.
think the same one came back for the third one, so kind of put it
Okay.
back somewhat in order. But yeah, like nah,
Yeah.
um,
I'll still
no,
watch it though. I'll still
yeah,
watch it. I don't care. Because
yeah,
I just simply love Star Wars. And also, you have to
exactly.
admit, the cinematography in The Last Jedi was phenomenal.
Oh yeah, no, it was so good, especially like during like the last fight. Oh my god, that
Right?
was.
With them, the TIE fighters, I believe, they were
Mhm,
coming into the sand. You saw all that red sand coming up. That was cool.
it
And they
was.
brought back the AT-ATs.
They did.
That was really cool.
It's really good. Let's see. Oh, TV show series. So I
Yeah.
already told you this one, but the Obi-Wan series was like my favorite TV show, like out of all the ones I've seen,
Mm-hmm.
because like I told Sam, it brought me closure from events from Revenge of the Sith. You know,
Yes. Yes.
especially the last fight scene
That fight
between
scene went
the
hard.
it
Oh my
would it did
gosh.
the
It
last
went
fight scene
hard.
between Obi-Wan and Darth Vader slash Anakin. It brought back a lot of not brought back a lot of memories, but I mean yeah, no, it brought back a lot of memories, but also gave me a lot of
Mm-hmm.
closure, of course, because now we I don't know. It's like Obi-Wan can close that chapter, can start blaming
Yeah.
himself for what happened. Um, and then it had me to deal with what happened, honestly, because
Yeah.
yeah, like we lost Anakin. It's not time for us to have him back just yet. It's
Mm.
not, time for us to have him back, but also it's just it just makes you say like it is what it is at this point,
Yeah. Again, dominoes, it's gotta fall.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't like it, and it was definitely heartbreaking given the fact of like how Obi-Wan felt, because he was just like, I feel
I
like I failed
failed you.
you. I
Yeah.
failed
He
you and I'm
felt so
sorry.
guilty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then it took Darth Vader to tell him like, I am not your failure, you didn't kill Anakin. I did, So right there it just tells you like, okay, it's not Obi-Wan's fault anymore. Well, no, it tells you that Obi-Wan is not feeling guilty anymore, because Obi-Wan knows that it's like Obi-Wan is just like, well, it's not my fault, but I still lost my best friend, my brother. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's gonna kill me, of course. But then like I know that I did all that I could possibly can to help you out.
Exactly.
And like,
That scene too, when he when Obi-Wan, you just felt his anger. He just kept slinging at him and busting on him to the point where he almost broke off his helmet, and you just saw Anakin's face, like half his face.
face, yeah, and it which
Yeah.
I loved, because it's like I get to see Anakin's eyes one more time
Exactly.
before
I'm like, we know
everything.
you're still in there, man.
Yeah, we know you're there, baby. But yeah.
Yeah. Oh, another scene that it was a happy moment. It was in Return of the Jedi, yeah, when they were having party with the Ewoks and whatnot, and Luke saw Obi-Wan, Yoda, and his father. That makes me cry every time too.
Yes.
I'm like, oh
Oh
my
my gosh.
gosh!
So
And
sweet.
yeah, they saw him dancing and whatnot, and he just sees them all, and they just looking at him smiling. And you actually saw Anakin older. Well, there's two versions. You saw him older and like young
Mhm.
Anakin, as everyone knew
Yeah.
him. I
Yeah,
prefer the
because I
older
think
Anakin.
yeah, because yeah, so no, I had to go on when I found out that that actually happened. I had to go on YouTube and look for the original cut so I can see what
Mm-hmm.
older Anakin looked like. Because I've always saw the one with younger Anakin, and then
Right.
and all that stuff. And then no, I was so confused because again, like I saw the first time I saw I was in high school, right? So
Oh, so you
yeah,
saw a version of young Anakin in the Return of the
yeah,
Jedi.
yeah, yeah,
That
yeah,
makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah.
Okay,
So
okay.
so I'm in high school, right? So I'm seeing young Anakin, right? And then I go
Mm-hmm.
online, I'm looking all up, right? And then I'm seeing who's supposed to be young Anakin looking very older. I'm just like, I'm confused. Like,
Yeah,
it's not the same person. But then I'm like, and I'm like, oh,
yeah.
okay, never
Mm-hmm.
mind.
I get why
Yeah,
they made it like that because a lot of the new generation saw Anakin like younger, but I
yeah,
saw it when he was older. But so I get it, yeah. But I
yeah.
prefer older
And then
Anakin because it makes more sense, you know.
yeah, it makes more sense, but then, like, I think, like, they were trying to say that that was his appearance when he went to the dark side, so they're trying to, like,
Mm,
show where because, again, like, the way that you have to look at it is, like, Anakin died at that young time,
right,
at a young age, and then Vader took over, right?
right.
So they're trying to show basically where Anakin had died at, or where Anakin had stopped at, and it was at that young looking age. So that's why they kind of cut that in there, which I understand why they did that, honestly. But I had to go online and look up for the older version because I was so curious on how it looked, and then when I saw how it
Yeah,
looked, I was like, I like it, I like that better. But it is what it is.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
it makes me wonder too, like
yeah.
if when it comes to Qui Gon, I wonder if. Well, then again, I wonder if Qui Gon lived and trained Anakin himself. I wonder if it would have happened the same way. I have a feeling yes. I
Yeah,
think it
no,
will.
no, so on YouTube, he had that theory too, and I think he said like some things could have changed if Qui Gon still lived.
Probably,
Like,
yeah. But I
yeah,
think
but
it still would
I
have the
mean,
same effect of what's going to happen.
yeah, but plus, but like Qui Gon was more experienced than Obi Wan.
Exactly. Yeah.
So Qui Gon could have like done half of the deed to prevent it, but like not fully prevent it.
Mm-hmm.
But since Qui Gon is more experienced than Obi Wan is, because when Obi Wan took over, Obi Wan was still Qui Gon's Padawan,
Right.
and then Qui Gon made the case of that like Obi Wan's ready to take on the trial, so let him become Jedi Knight on his own.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like Qui Gon has been in the game for so long, so Qui Gon could kind of could have like had more of the skill to try to like kind of like somewhat prevent it, but
Mm-hmm.
kind of alter it. But I feel like if it was to happen any type of way, I think it would have like Anakin would have turned at a different pace.
Maybe because also Qui
Yeah,
Gon himself didn't really agree with the Jedi Council what they did sometimes. I remember that from the
he
Phantom
did.
Menace. Yeah, they had like,
Yeah,
I don't think we should do it this way, but Yoda's like, no, we got to do it this way.
yeah,
So yeah, some of the
yeah.
Jedi Council's agreement, Qui Gon was like, I don't like this.
Yeah,
So
and then plus Qui Gon was willing to go against the Council's decision to have Anakin be
yeah,
trained as a Jedi, because he was just like, I'll train him myself if y'all won't give me permission to do it, because I know this boy can save us. But like Yoda was just like, well, you can't have two Padawans, that's too much responsibility. And then he was just like, Obi-Wan is ready to
I'll
take on the trial by himself.
yeah,
So like it is what it is. But Qui-Gon was willing to go against their wishes, because he just thought like, why exclude one of our like our possible hope right at this point? Why exclude it? Because why? He's too old? Or
exactly.
y'all fear of what he could be? But like with
Mostly,
guide
I think it
but
was the fear.
yeah, it was the fear, but like Qui-Gon said, like with a lot of guidance and training, I think Anakin could be turned out pretty good, all right.
Yeah.
But then again, it like I said, domino effect. Everything had to happen for it to lead up to what it had to lead
Mm-hmm.
up, and then even George Lucas said that Anakin is the one who's supposed to bring balance, of course,
To the Force,
but
right?
to the Force. He didn't bring it in Revenge of the Sith, but he eventually brought it in Return of the Jedi when he overthrown Palpatine, and
Mm-hmm.
saving Luke. That was him
That's
putting
true.
things that
Him
that was him putting things back in order. So like
exactly.
like the prophecy wasn't supposed. So I think where Qui Gon was starting to see it, or how you start to see it, is that like the prophecy was going to come true regardless of
It
the
just had
events
to
that
get
the
there
yeah,
first. Yeah, all
exactly.
these trials and tribulations had to
It-
happen.
exactly, for the prophecy to actually get full effect, because
Yeah.
it's not like, oh, we're gonna train him and then bam, he's gonna do it. No,
Right.
no, it's gonna happen when it needs to happen, and it happened when at the moment it was supposed to happen, honestly. So like, yeah.
Exactly. So I mean, it's just that even if Anakin didn't become Darth Vader, someone would have done it. Somebody.
Exactly. Yeah, and then
Yeah.
and honestly, I feel like Order 666 would have still happened or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah. Just different take on it. Yeah.
exactly. But yeah.
So it still would have happened this same. Well, it still would have happened, but in I guess in a different order, I suppose. And also, if they were told the whole prophecy, then maybe I don't think they would have actually learned anything from it. You know what I mean?
Right.
It just wouldn't like go in the way it's supposed to be. So that's
Yeah.
probably why also Yoda. I think Yoda knew what was going to happen. I mean, obviously he did his Yoda. He knew what was going to happen, but he didn't tell the whole story. They had to find out on their own.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why Yoda's like the wisest one ever. Honestly, like he can run in circles around Mace Windu if he needed to. But Yoda's like the wisest one ever, because he knew things were gonna happen. Same thing with like in the Clone Wars.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was either Anakin that came to him about a certain dream, or no, it was Ahsoka.
Mm-hmm.
Ahsoka had like her first like Force vision, and
Mm.
she went to Master Yoda, and he told her that dreams have different outcomes. you
Yeah.
know, different outcomes to it, so don't look at it as a one dream, look at like just look at it like, oh, okay, like just think about the different possibilities, because the one thing that dreams don't show you is the outcome. It
Right.
just shows you one thing, so don't jump to a conclusion about it, but think about the different possible outcomes of it.
It's got a
And
point there. Yeah.
yeah, so I thought Yoda was like the wisest Jedi of them all.
Yeah.
And then second comes Obi-Wan, but yeah, looking out that he was just like very wise.
Yeah. Same thing with Anakin when he had his dream. He just saw Padme dying. Now,
Yeah,
if he
for
was seeing
like
the whole dream, then he
dream.
probably would end up different.
Yeah,
But again, he went to
exactly. But like he thought too quickly. He thought
yeah,
too quickly. He just like he didn't stop, and then just thought like,
like to think,
oh,
right,
yeah, yeah, like he didn't stop and think. He just he all he saw was just like, oh, my wife is in pain and in trouble and dying.
right.
I
And
have to do
again, if you
something.
were in his shoes, you probably would have done the same thing.
Exactly, because honestly, if I was to see a dream of someone that I love died, I was just like, I was like, no, I'm not dealing with that. Like, I got to stop this. You know?
Exactly. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just, but still, yeah, things probably would have been different. But then, no, it would have been the same, but a few things would have been different. That's just a thought I had in my head. But as we
Yeah.
draw this episode to a conclusion, what are you hoping for the franchise?
I want more stories.
Me
So
too.
I can't wait for the ones that they already have in production, because I know they say that Daisy Ridley, she's coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna
I think John Boyega's coming back. Oh, pretty much. I
yeah,
think
yeah,
everybody is coming
everybody's coming
back.
back. But yeah, no, like she's gonna come back as Ray, of course. And she's supposedly gonna start like a whole new line of Jedi's, basically. And then I hear that there's another one that I'm so excited about, but basically it's going to show the beginning of time with the whole like Force and Jedi moments, how it all started, all
Mm,
birthed at. So I was like,
that'd
I'm
be
I'm ready
cool.
for that. And then of course I'm ready for the Ahsoka show, but then again,
Yeah.
when this episode comes out, it'll already be out.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you guys this: Ahsoka is one of my favorite characters, and I literally read her book. And I finished it about like a week or two ago. I am super excited, and I know that I'm gonna love it regardless of anything like that. Yeah,
Nice. I hope
yeah.
they did her good. I really do.
No,
Because she's a great character.
given the fact that the actress Rosario Dawson, I know
Mm-hmm.
that she's gonna knock it out of the ballpark. She's amazing.
Oh yeah,
She's
I know she's
amazing.
gonna do wonderful. I'm talking about
Yeah.
the writers. I
Oh
hope
yeah,
they.
girl. No.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no. If they jack it up, I'm making a quick trip to Hollywood. No, like no. I'm not dealing with that. I'm not dealing with that. You will not do that to me.
Yeah. But I am too. I'm really excited to see more stories, more characters. Especially, I would love to see movies or TV shows about characters that we barely even talk about. Or
Yeah.
barely like. Yeah, that would be interesting to see. Because I
Yeah.
also like to see another season of Boba Fett. I want to see where he goes on Tatooine. Um, more side characters have their own show who made an impact in the movies. I want to see like their story as well because he did with Andor. He was kind of a
Yeah.
side character, and they made his own show, so that was
They
really
did.
nice to see.
They
Uh,
did.
Yeah, and I am excited to see more of Ray and Ren come back and see what they're gonna do with this whole new generation. And
Same.
I'm excited also to see Ahsoka as well because again, she's a great character. I want to know
Yeah.
more about her
Yeah,
and
and
put
she
that on
was a
my to-do list.
big yeah, no, she was a big impact on the story, especially with
Yeah,
Anakin's story. She was a big impact, so we definitely got to revisit that. And I know Hayden Christensen came back for that, so
nice.
yeah, because I know that in the trailer he was more of like a voiceover, but I
Hmm.
want to see if we get to see the physical appearance of him.
I could have sworn I saw
In
his
the show.
physical appearance in the trailer.
Well, I mean,
Or
like,
was
but
that
like,
was it like, or was that like a back? Or was that like a little clip from when he was in Obi-Wan?
it was a clip from Obi-Wan. It was
Oh.
because I remember the fighting sequence. It was a clip from Obi-Wan, but
Mm-hmm.
everybody knows that he's coming back because of the voiceover.
Mm.
So I think it's gonna be like clip inserts from what I can tell. It's gonna be I feel like it's gonna be clip inserts into it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, like he's definitely in it. So I want to see how they're gonna bring him back in this as a full, and I'm very very excited to. to see how that's gonna be.
Me too. But overall, again, I don't care if it's a bad one or like mediocre. I will still
Mhm.
watch it because Star Wars is one of my favorite franchises.
It's
It's just good. I love
mine's
it.
too. Like I'm so heavily invested in it so much.
Same.
It's amazing.
So
Yeah.
thank you, George Lucas. Thank you, Disney. Make
Yes.
more, make them good, please, and
Yes.
sponsor us while you're at it. Why don't you do that?
Right. No, but I have to give up to George Lucas. He had a vision.
He did.
He made it come to life,
He
and
did.
now it's this really big thing where all
Mm-hmm.
generations of ages like just they love it. It's so huge, and it impact on the
Exactly.
world. And like, oh my gosh, like if I could be a part of it in the near future, I would. I'll
And don't
girl.
say if, when you are.
Well, okay,
Affirmations, girl.
yeah, affirmations, yes, but like I'll be
I
overly
would.
excited.
I
I'll have
wouldn't mind that myself.
that'll be the best job ever to have is being part of
Right.
that franchise. Like, no,
Real
I love
quick. One thing I appreciate about George Lucas when he made Star Wars, he made it into such a diverse universe.
he
I mean, mostly
did.
you did see like white people in the beginning, but you did see more diversity come into the character. You saw
Of
black people,
course.
Asian people, you know,
Yes.
and even I just love the fact that he made such strong female characters. They weren't
Because
damsel in distresses.
yes, and I gotta thank you for that, honestly, because I'm tired.
Right.
Honestly, I'm tired of seeing damsels in distress. It's
Me
starting to make me
too.
mad. Like I'm
Me
because
too. I'm getting so sick of
yeah,
it.
yeah, but I'm like, dude, there's more to us. Like, make somebody a baddie, please. Make somebody
Please.
a baddie.
But seeing a man make a strong female character, although I didn't like her outfit in Return of the Jedi when she got captured by Jabba the Hutt, I didn't like that. But
I
still,
mean,
at
I,
least she
I
killed him.
yeah, no, I mean, it kind of fit the scene though. It fit the
It
scene of
did. I
it.
mean, she was a slave. Yeah, I know. But
Yeah, so
uh,
like, and then it's a big nasty Jabba, so therefore, like, it's gonna that's what
true.
Jabba wanted.
Considering who Jabba the Hutt was, I guess. But still, I'm like, why she gotta wear that?
I know it's cute
But
though. It was
I
kind of
mean,
cute.
it is a sexy outfit, but even Carrie Fisher herself did not like it. She's like, I didn't want to wear this, but they convinced me
Mhm.
to.
Mhm.
Yeah. But as we draw this episode to a close, let me just say, fellow Star Wars nerds, we see you, we love you. Let us unite in this universe and let's see
Oh
what
yes,
is more to come in this
oh
world.
yes, yes, ma'am.
And Nay, I'm glad I know you, and I'm glad to know that you're a Star Wars fan as well, because we
Of
get to talk
course,
about it.
yes, all the time. But yes,
Hmm.
guys, I can kind of say like this is part of our real review, anyways, because we kind of did rate the movies out, anyways,
We
the
pretty
way you
much did.
yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah,
This is the movie.
yeah, yeah.
Movies.
The movies are franchise. But yes, you guys, thank you for tuning in. This was a fun episode because
Agreed.
we got to talk about something that we actually love. Well, yeah, that we actually love more than anything
Hmm.
in here. But guys, we thank you for joining us on this podcast. We thank you so much. We thank you for tuning in, supporting
Yes.
us, being with us on this journey. Do not forget to see Ahsoka if you have not seen it by the time this episode comes out. So if you missed it on Wednesday, go watch
Go
it.
watch it.
It's on Disney Plus. Go watch it.
Two two episodes. Two
Two
episode
episode
premiere.
premiere. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
and you bet your bottom's apple. I'll be sitting right there on my couch watching it.
Bottom's
You
apple.
yes, you bet your
I
bottom's
love
apple.
it. But yeah, go watch it. I hope you guys enjoy it. And if you do, and if you have any comments or whatnot, leave them down in the comment section
Comment section.
below. And
Yes,
catch us up on YouTube, on what is it?
Instagram.
Spotify,
Oh yeah.
Instagram. Yes.
Yeah, Apple, spread the word out about this
Mm.
podcast too. We're trying to build the following system because we love talking to you guys. We love talking in general. So we want to talk,
Exactly.
because like we want to talk to people. But yeah,
Yeah, but also if you want to look at the past episodes, link will be up in the description and above in this video somewhere. But you know what? This time,
mostly.
Nene, what you gotta say to our listeners?
Okay, yes, peace, love, and stay nerdy. Stay
Ah!
nerdy.
I love it. Until next time, see you guys later.
Bye, guys.
And may the force be with you.
Thank you.